Wow. Wow. I think we just witnessed boxing history.
That's Harry Lloyd, isn't it?
It is. McDermott. More from them in a bit, I imagine. Welcome again, after that pretty weird start to this press conference, to the final presser for Friday night's fantastic show at York Hall. It is sold out. We are live, both sides of the Atlantic, Sky Sports and our friends at ESPN in association with Matchroom and Top Rank respectively. Fantastic show. I'm going to hand straight over to Jamie Conlon. Jamie, you go all around the world, we know, with your brother Mick and your own boxing career as well. But how excited were you to board the plane to come to London to the fight week for Friday night? It promises to be something pretty special.
Yeah, it does. I think in the week of the biggest heavyweight fight of the year with Fury and Wilder, it's a testament to everyone on the table here that their names are mentioned and the show on Friday is mentioned in the same breath because of the quality on show. So very excited for 4 legitimate 50-50 fights, 4 proper trade fights with good honest pros.
And like you said, they're all 50-50s. I think the draw was pretty hotly anticipated yesterday, and we did see some intriguing matchups arranged. Some people maybe, 2 people maybe feel a little insulted at this table for being the only people picked in their respective divisions. Just talk to us a bit about each matchup and how you see the night unfolding.
Yeah, I think OD surprised everyone by not picking Tyrone, but he did pick very tactically, and I think everyone else in the weight might have done the same. Jeffrey Ofori is possibly the biggest underdog story of the whole tournament. It was fantastic to see him come in at the last minute and get into the semi-finals. Natural lightweight moving up to light welterweight at the last second. It's interesting to see how he goes. It'll be someone rooting for the underdog, but OD, so heavy-handed, you have to make him a favourite. McKenna and Mamoon, stylistically, is a really interesting battle. Mamoon has been around everywhere. McKenna, a cult figure in Ireland, trading non-stop great fights, but in his last fight showed he can finally box. Relocated now with Pete Taylor, world-renowned trainer. Well, for Katie, Taylor's been a big success, and now developing a fantastic stable as a pro is promising big things for Tyrone. He is very happy with this pick, very happy with the fight. The featherweights, I believe, was a very hard pick to be the golden ball pick. Was, I don't think, something any of them wanted. Ryan Welch drew it and picked, I think, a potential banana skin in Tyrone McCulloch, the only one who's undefeated in the 4 fights. Tyrone McCulloch is stylistically very hard to match, very hard to get sparring to replicate his style. I don't think he knows what he's going to do before he's going to do it. So it's going to be very hard to see how Ryan adapts. I think Ryan probably is the favourite of the tournament and looked fantastic last time out. Looked the best at the 126 pounds. But the fight for me of the whole night on Friday is Lee Wood, Jazza Dickens. It's a legitimate trade fight. It's a fight that every boxing enthusiast in Britain have talked about. These 2 fighters coming through. Lee Wood has learned from his mistakes with Gavin McDonald and came through flying colours out of the fights on Sky Sports. Jazza Dickens has been a solid, honest pro throughout his career, developing very nicely with Georgie Vaughan in Liverpool. Also learned from mistakes against Gig Galahad and his chief sparring partner for Gig Galahad's recent success. So it's a fight that potentially can spark fireworks at any time. Both have different styles that can blend nicely, and a fight that I'm looking forward to very much.
Beautifully said, Jay. You are very good at those summaries, thank God, because I would struggle. The thing you mentioned at the start there was the Jeffrey Ofori story. The Ofori story. I wrote that myself. There have been a lot of media focuses on different things. We've also got champions across the table, world ranked fighters, belts everywhere. OD's sort of reincarnation as someone who isn't as rude as he used to be. The circus over there, but maybe Jeff's gone under the radar slightly unfairly. Andy Clark put it very well yesterday at the draw. He said Jeff's shoulders are loose. That might pay dividends again, who knows. So Jeff, just tell us a bit about what it's like to sort of deal with such a massive turnaround in your career in the last 6 months.
It's been great the last 6 months, especially after my first loss. To have a fight 6 weeks later, then another one a week later, and get the win or draw, but I got through is it's exciting, and to be picked up against such a highly ranked person, I'm just gonna go in there and do what I gotta do, and I know I got the movement. I believe in myself, and it's gonna be a night to remember for me.
Good confidence. I think everyone's sort of constantly underrated you against Jed Carroll when you beat an undefeated fighter on short notice, and then knocking Kieran Gething out last time. Again, the pressure is probably all on O'Hara. He's got a massive profile. He's got the right hand that everyone says can put anyone in the division to sleep. And perhaps most importantly, he drew the golden ball and picked you. So, do you sort of gain any extra motivation from that you're insulted by that, and how much pressure is on him?
I'm not insulted because obviously you're going on record, then obviously he's had nearly double the fights I've had, so he's going to pick me. But him thinking I'm the weak link, that just shows me his heart when he picked me. So the heart that he used to make that pick, he's going to have a better heart than that when we're in the fight.
OD, you heard the man. I guess the pressure is on you. First of all, I want to talk about your sort of turnaround in character. Some people suddenly find religion. You suddenly found humility. So how's life been different for you since that? Talk us about the changes, and also how Angel Fernandez has sort of affected you as a person, as a fighter, since becoming your trainer.
Being humble oldie feels good. You know, people love me now. They write positive things about me over social media. I can type in my own name and see what they say about me, because I'm not being called bad words anymore. And I feel a lot more positive, and like a lot of people thought that my humbleness is the act that's only going to be there for quite a few months. And I told you guys at the last conference, it's here to stay. And then when I met Angel, and we sat down, Angel said to me, listen, one thing, I'm not going to be involved with any fighter that's arrogant or that's not going to present themselves in a right cool way. And I said to him, you know what, that's fine, because I'm humble OD now anyway. And he was like, okay, cool, well, you have to keep that going. And I was like, I'm humble OD now. Arrogant OD's passed away. I'm a new man, new and improved. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't invited to the funeral of the arrogant OD. I'm a bit insulted by that. You've heard Jeff talk about how he's fully motivated and he feels a little bit underrated in the whole equation. Perhaps not just against you, but in the competition as a whole. What's standing across the ring from you on Friday night, and why did you pick him?
Well, to be honest, I just put my hand there. A voice said to me, put your hand over there, that's where the golden ball is. So I did, and I picked it out. I was like, sweet mate, the ball. And then I looked at Tyron McKenna, I was like, should I have him? I was like, that fight makes an amazing final. I saw Mohammed there looking fierce, looking angry as hell. I was like, nah mate, you're good mate. So I left the throwing. I was like, throwing, man, we're friends, you know, let's do this. Let these two guys fight each other, let both of the southpaws fight each other. And you know, I meet one of them in the final if all goes well.
Brilliant stuff, thank you very much, O'Hara. On to the second super lightweight semi-final. Mohammed Mamoun is the current betting favourite for the super lightweights. Mohammed, he's also got a world champion translator with him. This is the best translator in the world, I think.
Bonjour.
So,
Bonjour.
You really have changed. Mohammed, I spoke to you after your fight with Darren Surtees, and you said you were a little bit frustrated by what you thought was a lapse in concentration. How have you fixed that, and how will it help you against McKenna?
Alors Mohamed, je t'ai parlé après ta victoire contre Darren Surtees et tu étais un peu frustré parce que tu penses que tu n'avais pas assez de concentration. Et, comment tu as pu arranger ces problèmes de concentration, et est-ce que ça va t'aider pour ton combat avec McKenna?
Déjà bonjour à tous. Oui, nous avons travaillé sur cette erreur-là lors de mon combat contre Darren Surtees. Donc cette erreur-là va plus se reproduire. Là on est prêt, bien entraîné et voilà.
Definitely moment, 100%.
First of all, hello everyone. Yeah, absolutely. We worked on fixing the concentration errors during training, and I can assure you that these lapses of concentration will not happen again. We fit, we train hard, and we're ready for the fight.
I know Tyrone McKenna told Sky Sports yesterday he saw himself not only winning but winning by stoppage. Do you have a reply for that, and what do you make of Tyrone McKenna as a person as well as a fighter?
Ok. Alors on a entendu que Tyrone McKenna a dit qu'il va gagner par KO hier durant son interview avec Sky Sports. Alors est-ce que tu as une réponse pour McKenna, et aussi comment tu le trouves en tant que personne en général?
McKenna est une personne très gentille, qui peut-être joue un rôle des fois, mais j'espère qu'après le combat, qu'elle va donner son interview, il répétera la même chose.
Okay. So McKenna is a nice person. He looks like a nice person. He does play a role and he puts on a persona at times, but all I'm saying is I hope that after the fight, when he goes and has an interview with Sky, he would be able to repeat the same words and looking at them straight in the eyes. So.
Fantastic. Thank you, Mohammed, and thank you, Mide. Tyrone, thank you. Tyrone, I think some of your fans, given how, I mean, you've already stolen the show in a way today, which hurts me. The way you act outside the ring, people might think was perhaps detrimental to training or to how seriously you take fights. How easy have you found it to prepare under increasing scrutiny? Because everyone saw your excellent promo video. You've come dressed extraordinarily today. So how serious are you really?
Listen, I could bore everyone with how great camp went. How great camp has there got a wind in here? How great camps went, how great my dad's been. I've been to training every day, but no one cares about that. What people are caring about is two names. That's McKenna and O'Hare Davies. And right now the dream is still alive. As long as O'Hare Davies comes through 40, which I don't know if he will before he's a great fighter, he's right beside me, I like him. But if he comes through, then we've got Christmas and summertime, baby. And the dream's alive. About Moon, he's a great guy, doesn't speak much English, I like him as a person. But Ireland doesn't forget 2010, Thierry Henry robbed us of the World Cup, cheated us out of it, and I'm here for revenge. Ireland is getting the revenge on Friday night. And I'm getting that beautiful WBC silver title back to Belfast.
I didn't think it was handball personally.
You wouldn't.
Well, you've actually answered my second question there, so thank you very much, Tyrone. On to the other half of the two-man circus as we head into the featherweight division. Tyrone McCullough was picked by Ryan Walsh. He is the only undefeated fighter in either division in this competition. He's famously awkward, yet he was picked by the man who drew the golden ball. Tyrone, first of all, I want to mention yesterday that we saw you dressed up in an outfit promoting dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Does this mean that you've saved all the pandas and you're now trying to bring back the dinosaurs?
100%. The official status from pandas has been changed from endangered to vulnerable, really. And that is all down to me. I have rescued the pandas and taken up the plight of the dinosaur. I don't know the exact figures, but the last dinosaur census wasn't great. So if you want to sponsor a dinosaur, I'll give you my PayPal. It's tmccullough@hotmail.com. Send the money in, please.
Well, you're not lacking ambition, bringing back the dinosaurs. Across the ring from you on Friday night is the betting favourite. He chose you. How wrong was he to do so, basically?
well, hopefully very wrong. We will see you on Friday night. I respect Ryan as a fighter. He's achieved great things in his career so far. But I'm hoping to upset the apple cart. I believe all the pressure's on him. As you say, he's a tournament favourite. He picked me. He's more than double my fights. I believe I've got nothing to lose, and he's never been in a fight with a lad like Lloyd Christmas before. Let's go.
Over to you, Ryan. The Golden Ball. First of all, talk us through the actual decision to pick Tyrone. I think you're one of the people that said ahead of the quarter-final draw that you'd rather be picked yourself. So, was it a snap decision to pick him, or has he always been your target if you withdrew that ball?
First off, I'll say I think Jeremy nailed it all in his introductory. I'm going to be saying a lot of the same things. Going with the golden ball, I think I'm pretty good at maths. So the first go, you've got a 25% chance someone gets a red ball. The second go, you've got a 33% chance. I'm stood there, second last in the queue, thinking, well, I'm not going to get a choice. So I had about 3 to 5 seconds to make a choice. I had a good look at all three of them, and yeah, it's pretty much as a snap choice. But the counsel I took, of the 6 people I asked, it was unanimous. I have nothing but respect for Tyrone. I think he's a good fighter, very awkward, and Jeremy nailed it. He's a banana skin. As for pressure, well, this is what I thrive on. I think I was under a lot of pressure in the last fight. I've been under a lot of pressure for a lot of years because it's quite clear I can't afford to lose. I can't afford to I must succeed. So the pressure things is good with me. I'm used to that, and I think his style will get the best out of me.
You will be a clear favourite heading into this fight, and I believe you're second favourite to win the whole thing as well, or maybe even favourite now, I think. He's famously unique, like he's constantly dancing around, hopping mad as well. How key will patience be, and have you ever faced anything like him? How do you prepare for someone like him?
I think Jeremy nailed it. He doesn't know what he's going to do sometimes, and that's awkward in itself. So it's down to me to show my experience. He just alluded to I've had twice as many fights. I think I've had 3 times as many rounds. So if I am what I think I am, if I'm half what I think I am, I should be able to deal with things like this. And I did say when I did the ball draw, of all the 3 fighters I was looking at, I like to think I've got an idea in boxing. For what I've done in my camp from start to finish, that style's the closest to what I got the most of. You start off this tournament and you have 7 styles to try and prepare for, potentially. Then it goes down to 3. And then if you want your best opportunity, you get to the final where you've only got 1 style and 1 man to deal with. So with them 3, I'm looking at all 3 of them. And I think I had that type of sparring the most. We tried to touch it all. We're tall, small, southpaw, orthodox. We had, as far as sparring goes for this camp, it's far better than last time. And I wouldn't say the quality was the same because I had my twin. But at the same time, stylistically, I think everything happens for a reason. I was shocked I got the golden ball, but looking at the 3 within a few seconds, it was obvious of what I've been dealing with and how I've felt with that type of style. Because he's negative, he's a very negative fighter, but he gets positive results by frustrating his opponents. And I like the challenge of it as well, because this is a totally different style. And being undefeated is brilliant. I thought this will be the 3rd undefeated fighter I've fought around that type of mark as well. So yeah, it'll be good. It's got all the hallmarks for a good fight. One that you can it might not be as good as a Wood and Dickens fight because they've got the experience and all these other things, but it's certainly got an unknown element.
If you look at the British champion versus an undefeated young fighter with a unique style, that could be a real intriguing style matchup as well as where they are in their careers. The other semi-final in the featherweight division sees Lee Wood versus Jazza Dickens. We'll start with Jazza, the IBF European champion. Jazza, again, it's a bit like Jeff. You've obviously a bit further in your career than Jeff and have won titles and stuff, but you're seen as the outsider of the 4. I guess you would say that is completely unfair, because from what I'm hearing, your preparation for this has been exceptional.
Well, it goes back a long way. People think that people see Lee being built above Sky,
built up massively, done a great job on him. But this was the same 10 years ago when we were on a Great Britain team. I was putting years of hard work in, and he got a trial and he got put above me. And we hadn't even gone the ABAs yet, we hadn't had a chance to box off. We did, and I beat him, and I've done the same thing, so he's like, he's in my way again. He hasn't got the experience I've got, he hasn't got the power I've got, and he hasn't got the speed I've got, he hasn't got half the things I've got. People are giving him all this credit because he's been on the telly more times than me, he's had more airtime. What does that mean for boxers? Airtime? Look at all this like stuff around, like, what's boxing become? What is it? It's a circus. Like this fight's built on 2 good fighters. Give him credit, he's a really good fighter. But this game has been tipped on its head. What's going on? I mean, why aren't we concentrating on the boxing, on the good fight, and this is a pure solid fight, and you'll see the best out of me. I was going to spar, I respect Ryan so much. I see him like as a mirror, I see things in him. He's a proper champion, he's a British champion. I see really, really good qualities in him. I like him as a person. I got good sparring in, something to replicate him. I was going to spar with someone like Tyrone, because you're so awkward. I thought, it's not worth it. He'll get an elbow in the eye, I'll get a butt, he'll get a cut. It won't worth it for me because you're so it's a compliment. And then my sparring was based on Lee's spar with Kay Galahad, both in the same gym. So yeah, most of my spars have been based around him, so I'm glad I'm fighting him. Let's get this one over and done with. In the past previous fights we've had, he's seen as the better favourite. I'm told I don't bet myself, but in the past he's all I can go by is who's he fought. People I've fought is you could probably say my best accomplishment was the British title. I beat Josh Whale. Josh Whale should have beat Gavin McDonald. Gavin McDonald stopped Lee Wood. So you tell me now who's the favourite.
Well said, Jazz. Lee, he claims he has that psychological edge of a victory over you already.
It's got an easy night, Friday night.
You won a firefight last time. It seemed you were very strong in there. Is it fair what he just said, that he's stronger than you as well as being technically more proficient?
I think so, yeah. I think he's stronger than me. I think he hits harder than me. I think he's got more experience than me. I think he's in for an easy night.
I see what you're doing, mate.
I'm just a reality TV star.
Good stuff. How much?
Love Island next. No, listen, that's his opinion, he's entitled to it. I don't need to go over what he said. That's what he wants to be, and then that come up, like, that's what he said, and that's what he said. I don't need to go back over what he, and justify what he said, because that makes it even better for Friday night. So I can't punch, I'm not fit, I'm prepared by whatever. I'm not the fighter that he thinks I am. What he thinks I'm not the fighter that I am because of the TV's put me up. That's fine. Back in 2013, when the box Galahad, the week after the fight, I went back to the gym, and Brendan goes, "Come over here." I was like, "What's he want now?" I just went to my lines. Went over. He goes, he was at the fight. I was like, "Yes, Brendan." I was ringside. He goes, "You'll fight that kid one day." And I thought, what's he on about? And he said something else after that, and our paths have gone different ways. And now we're here today. And Brendan used to say a lot of things, and sometimes I think, what's he talking about? And then when I got to that point, I thought, oh my God, he said this. You know what I mean? And it's quite, the guy was way ahead of everyone else for his time, you know. And like, I did blow his trumpet a bit, but it had a massive impact on my life. And he said this fight would happen, and look where we are.
Just lastly, on your preparation, you mentioned it there jokingly, but you were very impressive against Davey Oliver Joyce in terms of strength. It was a great fight to watch, certainly from ringside, as they all were in the quarterfinals. How much better is, I mean, again, Tyrone McKenna was joking about it, what a cliche is, but if you were injured in the last camp, how much more explosive will you be now with a proper uninjured camp?
I was 100% last fight. And I can't punch. Joyce is chilling.
Perfect. It's probably the right time to open it up to any questions from the floor.
That's one set. I'm not finished yet.
Go on, mate.
I'm not dropping anyone in it, right? But the Sky team said to me, right, that Ryan was talking to them, and you said if you get the
dropping
pick,
lots of people in
if
it.
you get the pick, you was going to pick me. I'm not just saying what they said.
Wow.
That's just what they said. So
We were supposed to fight for the combat title, weren't we?
There was only one man going on with this. There was only one man who mentioned my name and then come up with an excuse afterwards about the British Sport of Boxing. Whether that's an excuse or not, I think all three of you guys are far more viable to be mandated for a British title fight with me than the man that they've actually mandated.
I agree with that.
So to say that they was not going to give you that opportunity is crazy. But look, we're here now. It's I should have just stuck to a wow, because this is not this means something, and that's where the world's going wrong. You should be a man of your word. I never put my word thinking Lee.
Sky lads, yesterday, that's what you told me yesterday.
The Sky lads. If I had said that, had I broadcast that, I had a picture for sure. I think I took good counsel, and he was 100% in my mind. All 3 years was big, but at the same time, I never expected to get the ball. But if you write a check with this, you should then follow it through with your ass. And I didn't. I didn't write no check. I thought you did, because I was told prior to it, when you got blue ball 1, I'm looking in the ring thinking, well, that's it. We're on. And then you change your mind. That's something for you to live with, not me. That's something that's only you know in your team.
Back to the draw yesterday. I got asked who I was going to pick. And for the build up for this fight, a lot of people have messaged saying, "Oh, don't fight Tyron." Like, they all love it. Don't fight the guy with the panda top on. Please don't fight him. Oh, don't pick him. I feel like I could see where they're coming from. So I said to my trainer, I said, look, if I pull that gold ball out, whether it's, if I pull that gold ball out, basically I'm going to ask. And I say, look, can I give this ball to Tyrone? And I was going to let him do the picking. Then it comes out, it's out of my hands then, I'm not.
You're a generous man, Lee.
At the end of the day, I've got to beat 2 of these fighters to win this tournament. So it don't matter which order they come.
8 months ago, I fought for the combat title eliminator to fight you, didn't I?
Sorry, say that again.
8 months ago, I fought for the combat title eliminator to fight you.
Yep.
You come into this tournament with your combat title. You defended it once. Is your belt going to be on the line against me Friday night?
If I can put it
after the weigh-in, you were going on about pulling your belt out.
If I can put my belt on the
You don't want to do 12
line.
rounds with me. You're trying to make the fight a 10-round fight.
Right.
Tell him, go on.
Jazza, right?
Reflecting on to everyone else, you're fighting me Friday night. Tell him you don't fight me over the real distance.
Right. Jazza, it's not up to me, mate. It's out my hands.
What's not up to you?
It's out my hands. I can't tell the board of control that. So look, I know we've not done no check weeks for the last 3 weeks, but if Jazza wants to fight for my title with the 12 rounds, can you sign it off? That's basically what it's on my hands. It's not. I ain't gone back to MTK and said, look, I don't want my title on the line.
Why?
I fought my WBO and Commonwealth fight. Let's put them on the line. Let's both put it on the line.
Are you overweight or something?
No, why would I be overweight?
What are you going on about check weights for?
When you box for a British title or Commonwealth title, you have check weights over a period of 3 weeks for the fight. And because we've not done that, they can't sanction it over a 10-round fight. That's the truth. Look, if you watch it, look, MTK, look, my belts, up it, look, I'm here open-handed, put my belts on the line. If you can put my belts on the line, put my belts on the line. Lee, put my belts on the line. Ian, put my belts on the line. He thinks it's me. If you told him it's me.
Alright, we'll do a little turn.
That was the Skylands again, I think.
Was in trouble again?
Trouble. Well, I think that's worth another wow. Didn't expect that end to the press conference. Do any
Wow.
simple...
That's what I want. That's what I
wow
got
guy.
last time.